Are Apple finally ready to join the game, or are they just stalling once again? Let's get into this. Cue the intro. So as per usual, we're going to be looking at the news, dissecting it to see what is going on in the crypto market, and also breaking down a few coins, analyzing them to see where they're headed, where the market is heading right now, put our finger, on the pulse and see what's going on. So first and foremost, let's look at the news, and this is regarding Apple. So Apple are headhunting for business development manager with experience in crypto. Now, for those of us that have been in the game for a couple of years now, Apple have been, touching the crypto, stick here and there. They're no stranger to crypto. As a matter of fact, even there's a technology that Ripple created called ILP, Interledger Protocol, which is a general protocol that allows communication, I think, between different networks. I'm probably getting that wrong, but something along those lines. And they plugged into that, I believe, for their Apple Pay. So they are connected with crypto, right? But they haven't jumped in fully. They haven't started any crypto products or invested in any crypto companies. They're not fully in the game, right? But they're back in the news once again. They're looking for some crypto expertise. And why is that? They're looking for a business development manager for alternative payments with experience in several fields, including crypto. Now, this could just be a little bit of news, just a little bit of information just to get in the news. It could just be something that doesn't lead to anything crypto related, even though they've mentioned it. Or it could be that, as I mentioned, ILP, Interledger Protocol, created by Ripple, they could be jumping into that field, right? Because what Ripple are doing with Ripple Net and XRP, this is, you could call it an alternative payment. So they could be jumping into that further, going into Apple Pay further and using some of that technology. That would be my guess. Going into it further, just kind of going into the post. It was published on Wednesday this week by WPC, Apple Wallets Payments and Commerce team, which is looking for professionals for emerging and alternative payment solutions. And what they're basically saying is the crypto community are now talking about it once again. But as I said, it could just be a false signal, a false indication, and because they have in the past, a few little headlines indicating that they might be jumping in. So it could just be a false flag. If they do, though, of course, it's going to be huge. Apple are the biggest phone manufacturers in the world, massive company, not just from their influence, but their market cap is a huge company. So if they jump in, it will introduce a whole another sector of people into crypto that would be extremely bullish. Samsung are already in it. They're already quite big. They've got crypto wallets on their phone built in already, so they're already in it. So it could just be a matter of time before Apple actually fully get involved. Now, Polygon, Matic in the news, they have integrated with Google BigQuery. So they've integrated their blockchain data sets into it. So they've uploaded it to Google Cloud, or in the process. So the initiative aims to provide developers, data analysts, and crypto enthusiasts with a better understanding of the Polygon blockchain. And the way they're going to do that is Google's BigQuery would ensure that query and in-depth analysis of Polygon's on-chain data are conducted in a simple and organized manner using the Google Cloud platform. So it's pretty self-explanatory what they're trying to achieve. With Polygon's data set now listed in the Google Cloud Marketplace, it unlocks new possibilities, which include monitoring Polygon's gas fees over time, monitoring smart contract calls and activities, multi-chain analysis for SDKs like the Polygon SDK, integration with traditional finance record processing systems, determining the most active tokens, contracts, and dApps on Polygon, and audit trailing. So it basically does open up quite a lot of doors for Polygon, being able to analyze it in many different ways. They'll probably find different use cases for Polygon, and also the connection with Google is going to be pretty interesting as well. They have started a challenge alongside 1729 by blockchain leader Balaji S are hosting a DLT analytics challenge to exhibit Polygon's utility with up to $20,000 in prizes for top submissions. So, as I said, well, these kind of things normally, from these things are born new use cases. So this could take Polygon to the next level. But I will, once we analyze Polygon's charts, it does look a bit contrary to what the news is saying. Just finishing off though, this will be a major step towards analyzing and gaining insights from the 6 million transactions per day that take place on Polygon, and will go on a long way towards growing and building the Polygon and Ethereum ecosystems, that really said. So definitely a massive step forwards, and I think, as I said, especially with the challenge, it could open up new pathways, new use cases, and that of course will bring more value to the Polygon ecosystem. It's already gone on a freaking monster tear, and now it could potentially continue. But as I said, the charts are saying something else, so we'll look at that in a moment. Burger Swap hit by flash loan attack, netting over $7 million. I did actually mention the previous Binance Smart Chain project, Pancake Bunny, which was hacked as well, multi-millions hacked, and this again, Burger Swap, which is another product on the Binance Smart Chain, suffered a flash loan. And I mean, listen, I've got to give it to the hackers. They come with these simple but genius ways to hack these products, you know, and they're exposing simple flaws. Look, this is what they did. So let's find it. What did they do? The attackers created their own fake coin and formed a trading pair with the protocol's native token Burger, ultimately changing the latter's price and a series of tweets. And so they ended up stealing some Burger and wrapped Binance coin. Just it sounds funny saying they stole some Burger and some tether. And this is highlighting, as it says, it's highlighting a massive problem with the Binance Smart Chain community. Now, I know a lot of people have made some money on there with a lot of meme coins that have no fundamental values, and this is kind of taking it to the next level, exposing it further, that they're literally just, you know, projects that are built very, very quickly, not really fundamentally sound, not security sound, because otherwise they wouldn't be exposed in such easy ways. And it goes to show that you've got to really do your research and not jump on the hype of these meme coins, but because you will get burnt in the end. A lot of scams are happening, and they're happening on the Binance Smart Chain because there's such a low barrier to entry. So you got to be careful. You have to be careful, or your money will get taken. And especially with these smaller projects, it's very difficult probably to get your money back, because these projects are not like huge projects where they can actually do something where they can refund your money. You know, if something happened with Matic Polygon, I'm sure maybe they would be able to help you get your money back, stuff like that. Or even if it was on Binance, for example, this might be on Binance. Well, if it's on the centralized exchange Binance, then maybe they can help you get your money back. So that's the risk with these smaller projects. And Binance Smart Chain especially, it's showing a lot of vulnerabilities, because again, they're just kind of quick hatch projects trying to jump on the hype and make some quick money. So again, just be very careful. And another thing you should be very careful about is listening to influencers. And I know in TikTok especially, the influencer game is huge. People that have a lot of following are just talking about random coins, and of course people want to make money, so they're going to listen to potentially the likes of Soldier Boy or any other influencer on TikTok, YouTube, whatever, rappers. Don't listen to these people. Whatever they say, just don't listen to these people. Do the opposite. And especially after that, even if they were good projects, after they've mentioned it, it's too late. So this goes for even for crypto influencers. You know, that's what I say. I mean, you can listen to me if you want, but the main thing is to do your own research. After any influencer, including myself, not that I would call myself one, but small influence, you need to make sure to look at the project properly, study it, and then after a few days, then you can decide to invest your hard-earned money into it. So, you know, I'll leave with that. So now let's look at Bitcoin, Ethereum, and a couple of altcoins, and then we'll wrap up this video. So a lot has changed in the last few days. I'm looking at this from a weekly standpoint or time frame, and it was looking like the reversal was definitely going to carry on. But as I said, don't get your hopes up too quickly just yet. This will probably take a little bit of time. And what's happened is, of course, we had a massive reversal, but now also there was a massive sell-off. It was not able to get to stay above 40,000 or 38,000, and that's the key level that we need to close above for the reversal to start taking to get to the next level. So what I said was I can expect or see like some kind of move building below this and then a breakout. So you can see already potentially it's forming a head and shoulder pattern. So if you look at this closely, you've got this left shoulder, you've got the head, and if it continues, if it bounces from this and continues to the upside, this could be a head and shoulder right here, which could lead to the breakout. So just watch that very closely. This could lead the reversal to the next level. Looking at Ethereum, so Ethereum is looking more bullish than Bitcoin. I would say it's bounced off this trend line. There's still quite a bit of selling pressure. It got all the way up to 2,800 and now it's rejecting. But what we want to see is two things. One, to stay above this level and definitely this level. So we've got a high over here, 1,950, and then we've got that level 2,100 to round it up. So if it stays above this and starts to build higher lows, that is going to be a bullish indication. But we need to definitely see where the high is going to be so we can see what needs to be broken essentially to get to the next level. But so far so good. It's looking similar to Bitcoin, but just on a slightly kind of larger scale. You've got some rejection and you have that kind of initial demand pushing it up. We just need to see some higher lows, just like Bitcoin, some higher lows, and then break through some kind of resistance to get to the next level. But as I said, this could take a couple of weeks, it could be the next few days. But just be patient, enjoy the crypto still being on sale as they are. Take advantage of it, because when the reversal kicks into the next gear, you're probably not going to see these prices again. So one thing, the next major one we want to look at is Matic. So Matic was actually one of the ones that rebounded massively from 75 cents all the way to $2.36. So if you made that trade, man, that was a good trade. But now it is finding some resistance. It's being sold, it's being pushed down. If it can stay above this level of $1.70, that'll be bullish. That'll probably push it higher to the next high, once again to 275. I would say that is going to be the main target. It could have been a move that happened too quick. So I mean that to say that although it's rebounded massively, it could start to dwindle down a bit more to retest somewhere closer to $1, because this is one of those ones that shoot it up back to the moon very, very quickly. So it could have been one that happened just too quickly, if that makes sense. The other thing I would say is, if you look at the chart, this has been an absolute monster tear all the way. So it's 10,000%, I don't know if we'll call that 100x, over 100x. 140x. I'm reading that correct. Normally you have to divide it by 100. Yes, this is 143x. Insane. And we've had some consolidation and retracement here, but nothing crazy. So I think potentially this could be the case that Polygon is somewhat burnt out and it could start to retrace a little bit more, maybe down to $1 or even further. This is just me thinking out loud. I could just be totally wrong. Of course, it can continue to go up and up and up. The next major level probably is going to be $5. I'm just thinking out loud. It could still be kind of burnt out. So let's see how it behaves in the next few days. The other thing I would say that leads me to believe that it's kind of burnt out is one of these crypto ratios. This is how you kind of compare it to Ethereum's price chart. And if you look at this, it's just been straight vertical to the moon. So it hasn't really retraced much. So surely it is gonna start kind of heading down to retrace. This is the next major level. So we could, and you're seeing a couple of rejections here already. So we could start to see Polygon retracing a bit more. I'm just kind of putting it out there that could potentially happen. The rest of the market, if you look at even Polygon, Pancake swap, it recovered quite nicely, but it seems like most of the altcoins are painting the same charts. We have the initial reversal, but then there's a lot of selling going on. So this leads me to believe that this reversal is going to take a couple more days, a couple more weeks perhaps. So you've got to be patient. You know, don't sell your position. Don't get kind of pushed out of your position because it's not going straight to the moon. Just be patient, take a step back, relax, and just kind of observe the charts, do your analysis. So for example, here we can see that $17 is still resistance and it has not gone past that. So if it stays below that for the week, then we probably will see some downside. If we can get this line, so straight away I can see a trend line forming here. So this could be a ascending triangle forming right here. Boom. So it could start consolidating for the next few weeks and then break to the upside. So as I said, be patient, observe the charts, and then make your move. As I said, most of the altcoins are painting similar pictures. These are some of the ones I'm holding. You had the initial rebound, and now you've got some selling going on. So we could see some further downside for the most part for most cryptocurrencies. So just be patient. I'm just going to finish off with looking at the total altcoin market. And again, we had the rejection from 1 trillion. And the next major level is around 650 billion, 670 billion. So it could just consolidate in this area before building its next move to the moon. So again, for the third, fourth, fifth time, be patient. You know, if you've got some spare cash on the side, my unprofessional, unsolicited advice is, you know, start dipping in, but that's up to you. I'll end the video here. See you in the next one. Peace.